I found the source of my P0128 code on my Dodge Charger. Now it states that it's an open, or it could potentially be an open thermostat. But as you can see, the thermostat is closed. But upon closer inspection right here, you can see that the seal is moved. And what has happened is it's gotten pinched in here, and that will allow coolant to flow when you don't want it to. So upon startup, coolant's still flowing through here and not allowing the engine to get up to temperature within the range that the BCM or the PCM believes it should. So the thermostat itself did not fail, but there's definitely an issue there. So we're going to go ahead and replace this thermostat, and I'm going to show you how. We have a P0128, which is a rationality code for coolant temperature. Basically what that means is that the thermostat is stuck in the open position, and in the summertime you don't notice it so much as the wintertime. When it's cool out, you want the engine to kind of heat up and let that coolant get heated up, so that when you turn the heat on, you've got nice warm air. So with that thermostat being stuck open, the coolant is constantly flowing, and it takes a lot longer to get heated up. In the computer of this car, it already has a time built into it that it thinks that the temperature should be up to a certain point by a certain time, and if it's not, that's what throws the P0128. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the air box, the intake tubing, that tube right there, and I'll get the serpentine belt off, and then I'll come back when we're ready to take off the power steering pump, and I'm only doing that so I can get some a little more clearance. Alright, just to show you why I pulled the power steering pump, is this is the housing, the thermostat housing right here. So I'll try to move the camera where we can get a better view here. I'll also try to get some light so we can both see in there. So here's the best I can do as far as the view here. Try to find something along here, point some things out to you. We got a bolt right here. I was covering with shadow, and then a bolt on the bottom side. I think you can see it there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the radiator hose off. Now, I have just finished putting a water pump and timing belt on this, so I've got the car taken apart more than you probably would if if all you're doing is the thermostat. So one thing you want to do is put a drain pan underneath, because when you take this hose off, you're probably going to have some coolant ready to flow. It shouldn't be a ton. I've already drained this. There might still be some down there, so I'm going to go ahead and put a drain pan there as well. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take the hose off and try to get it out of my way so I can get to those two 10mm bolts. So it does look like we've got a little bit of coolant that's going to want to drop out of there. Just going to go ahead and try and get these bolts out. Alright, we got both of the bolts out for the thermostat housing. So now I'm just going to try and break it free from the engine block. There's a tube on the bottom of it. There for a minute I thought maybe there was another bolt that I was missing. Alright, so the old one, the new one. The old one, it appears there is some a rubber gasket that's broken in here. Actually, you can see it on the back side right there. So that was allowing coolant to flow through this when it wasn't intended to, keeping the engine cooler early on startup than what you would want. So yeah, so now we're just going to install the new one and finish up the job. So far it's not as bad as I anticipated. I wasn't looking forward to this job, but like I said, I've already done the water pump, timing belt, serpentine belt. Got a whole playlist of things I've done to this car, so if you're interested, check that out. So here is a gasket. I just want to pull it off, clean it. It looks like it's in good shape right here. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll put the new thermostat in. So hopefully you can see how that gasket goes on. I'll try to get a picture of a generic picture of that housing so you can see how that how that gasket goes on. Alright, so time to slip the new thermostat in. You can't really see that either, but I just seated the thermostat into that housing. Now we'll line it up with the block. So now we're just putting our bolts back in. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, get the torque specs for this, and then we'll get those torqued down. I don't want to over torque them. So hopefully I can get my torque wrench in there. We are looking at 89 inch-pounds, which is equivalent to 7.4 foot-pounds. So I'm going to try and get these torqued down and get it back together. Alright, well, I'll just let you hang out there while I put everything back together. Alright, I'm going to grab the torque specs for these. Well, looks like we're done with this job. So overall, I split this up through a couple videos. We did the water pump, timing belt, then we did thermostat, and then I also made a video on how to change the serpentine belt. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Put a comment in the comment section. I will have links in the description for all the tools that I've used, for all the products I've used. See you on the next one.